Last week, we took a look at the first 10 United States silver commemoratives in the 1892 to 1954 series. And in this episode, we're going to cover the next 10, so stay tuned. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another edition of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack, specifically episode number 2 of the U.S. Silver Commemorative series. I can't thank you enough for stopping by and checking out the video today, and if you'd like to help support this channel, then why not jab that thumbs up button, scribble out a comment below, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. The support really does mean a lot, and it's been a lot of fun watching the channel grow and being able to interact with an amazing group of people. You guys have been cool as hell, and I appreciate it. So we're going over the early U.S. silver commemoratives that ran from 1892 to 1954. Last week we went over the first 10. This week we're going to hit the next 10 today. So if you missed episode 1 of the series, be sure to check it out to get up to speed. And again, just to recap, each coin chronicles a key moment or person in United States history, and the series remains in high demand to this day. And you can usually find some amazing artwork from famous engravers and some really limited mintages that add to the collectability of the set. And again, most of these coins are going to have a 90% silver to 10% copper ratio. And some interesting facts, many were commissioned as fundraisers for worthy causes. In all, there are 50 silver U.S. commemoratives from this time period. And going over all 50 would be just way too much for one video. So that's why I'm breaking them down into a series of 5 videos that'll cover 10 coins per episode. Now, there were gold commemoratives too, but I'm going to cover those in their own video once this silver series is complete. So that being said, let's roll! Alright, we're going to kick it off with the 1923 Monroe Doctrine Centennial coin. Featured James Monroe and Quincy Adams on the obverse. Mintage was 274,077, and actual silver weight, 0.3617 ounces of silver. This coin was promoted by the California film industry at the same time a motion picture exposition was being held in June of 1923. And again, on the obverse, you see the heads of Monroe and John Quincy Adams. And without getting too deeply into this contested document, the doctrine basically warned European nations that the U.S. wouldn't tolerate further colonization or any more pompous monarchs. In a nutshell, it was a foreign policy statement written by Adams in 1823 that specified the United States promised to stay out of European business and told the Europeans to stay out of the Western Hemisphere's business. Adams would eventually succeed Monroe in the next election anyway, and the reverse features the Western Hemisphere as 2 female figures. This coin currently sells on the secondary anywhere from $35 to $1,250 depending on condition. Next up, we've got the 1924 Huguenot-Walloon Tercentenary. This features Admiral Coligny and William the Silent on the obverse. Mintage was 142,080 and actual silver weight, 0.3617 ounces. Now, this coin commemorated the settling of the Huguenots and the Walloons, who were, respectively, French and Fleming-speaking Protestant refugees from mainland Europe in the New World in New Netherland, which is now New York. The reverse features the ship New Netherland, and the coin was designed by George Morgan. This one currently sells on the secondary anywhere from $90 to $450, depending on condition. Now we're on to 1925, the Lexington-Concord Sesquicentennial. This features a Minuteman on the obverse. Mintage was 162,013, and the actual silver weight is 0.3617 ounces. This coin commemorated 2 famous battles in Lexington and Concord that were fought in 1775. And these battles are widely regarded as the beginning of the American Revolutionary War. And again, the obverse features a Minuteman, and the reverse features the old belfry in Lexington. The coin was designed by Chester Beach, and it currently sells on the secondary anywhere from $55 to $500, depending on condition. Now we're up to 1925, the Stone Mountain Memorial. This one features Generals Lee and Jackson on the obverse. Mintage was pretty high. It was 1,314,709, and again, actual silver weight was 0.3617 ounces. This coin was minted to basically generate funds to offset the expenses of carving figures of Confederate leaders and soldiers on Stone Mountain in Georgia. And due to myriad issues, the monument was actually completed in 1970. which was a long time running. The coin was designed by Gutzon Borglum, who would later sculpt Mount Rushmore. Now, you're going to want to be very careful with buying this coin, since it's one of the more commonly counterfeited coins in this series. Fakes are all over eBay, Etsy, a lot of other places. The real deal will actually sell anywhere from $55 to $250 depending on condition. But as far as fakes go, watch out for those design flaws. You'll see what I'm talking about. Now we're up to the 1925 California Diamond Jubilee. This features a 49er on the obverse. Mintage was 86,594. And again, actual silver weight was 0.3617 ounces of silver. This coin commemorated the 75th anniversary of the admission of California into the Union. It was designed by Joe Mora, who was a noted California sculptor, and the obverse features a 49er painted for gold. The reverse displays a grizzly bear, which is California's state emblem. This coin currently sells on the secondary anywhere from $150 to $650, depending on condition. And staying in 1925 still, we're up to the Fort Vancouver Centennial coin. This features John McLaughlin on the obverse. Mintage was really low at 14,994. And again, actual silver weight was 0.3617 ounces of silver. This coin was minted to help finance the pageant that was staged for the celebration of Fort Vancouver being built on the Columbia River back in 1825 in Vancouver, Washington. They initially sold for $1 a piece, which again was a decent sum back in that time. The design was created by Laura Garden, and the coin was minted in San Francisco. Now, John McLaughlin, who you see on the obverse, was the builder of the fort, and he's featured there. On the reverse, you see a pioneer settler. Now, this coin currently sells on the secondary anywhere from $250 to $900, depending on condition. It's one of the more sought after. All right, we're leaving 1925 and moving on to 1926. This is the Sesquicentennial of American Independence. The obverse features the Presidents Washington and Coolidge. Mintage was 141,120, and your silver weight, again, 0.3617 ounces of silver. This coin basically commemorated the 150th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And it was minted for an international fair in Philadelphia. That took place in 1926. Sales of the coin were authorized by Congress, and it did help to fund that fair. This coin marked the first time a portrait of an American president appeared on a coin struck during his own lifetime, which is pretty cool. The obverse features Presidents Washington and Coolidge, as we said, while the reverse shows a representation of the Liberty Bell. This coin was designed by John Sinek, who was a chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, and you can expect to see these selling for anywhere around $65 to, believe it or not, $20,000, depending on condition. That $20,000, of course, was in MS-66 condition. All right, we're up to the 1926 Oregon Trail Memorial. Now, different iterations of this coin actually ran through 1939, so that's something to kind of keep in mind. The obverse features a covered wagon with pioneers, and it really had various mintages that I'm not going to go over in this one. There's just too many to list. And your actual silver weight was 0.3617 ounces. This coin was minted in commemoration and as a memorial of the Oregon Trail for the many travelers who lie buried along the famous 2,000-mile highway that ran from Independence, Missouri, all the way to Oregon. It's been documented that nearly 20,000 people died along the trail due to accidents and illnesses. It's insane. Most trailside graves are unknown, as they were quickly buried and the wagon trains moved on. It was an incredibly arduous journey, and you have to give those folks credit for never giving up. But basically, if you died along the journey, it was throw you in a hole. You might be dead, you might be half alive, and the train moved on. They kept rolling. I think I actually remember a role-playing game in school that we did based on the Oregon Trail, where you had to make decisions and live and die by them. So that was pretty cool. Now, the coin itself was designed by James Frazier and his wife, Laura Garden Frazier, and they were struck the Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Denver mints during their 13-year run. Again, I'm not going to list the values for this one because it'd take too long. There are at least 15 or so issues and variations for it, so if you're curious, I'd recommend looking this one up. Moving into 1927, we're up to the Vermont Sesquicentennial. This one features Ira Allen on the obverse. Mintage is really low at 28,142, and your silver weight is 0.3617 ounces. This coin was a commemorative of the 150th anniversary of the Battle of Bennington, which basically resulted in the independence of Vermont. Now, it was authorized in 1925, but not actually issued until 1927. The coin itself was designed by Charles Keck, and the obverse depicts Ira Allen, who was the founder of Vermont. The reverse shows a wildcat of some kind. This coin currently sells on the secondary anywhere from $225 to $600, depending on condition. It's a tough one to find. And we're up to our 10th and final coin of this video. It is the 1928 Hawaiian Sesquicentennial. The obverse features Captain Cook. Mintage was insanely low at 10,008. And again, your actual silver weight is 0.3617 ounces. This one celebrated the 150th anniversary of Captain James Cook's arrival to the Hawaiian Islands way back in 1778. Now, it was designed by Juliet Fraser of Honolulu and engraved by Chester Beach. Again, on the obverse, you'll see Captain Cook, and on the reverse, you'll see a Hawaiian chief. Very cool coin. These were distributed in 1928 at a whopping cost of $2 each. Again, a lot of money at the time. This is actually one of the more valuable coins in this commemorative set. It currently sells on the secondary anywhere from $1,500 to $5,500 depending on the condition. And there you have it. We've now gone over the first 20 coins out of 50 in the U.S. Silver Commemorative series. Again, be sure to check out episode 1 if you haven't seen it already. I'm trying to make this series as informative as possible without boring the hell out of you. And as I said earlier, I'm breaking the series down into 5 videos for the silver versions from 1892 to 1954, and I'll make a separate video for the gold versions after we wrap up the silver series, so be on the lookout for the next 3 videos. And that is going to wrap it up for this episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. If you made it this far, kudos to you. I will definitely catch up with you in the next episode, but in the meantime, you know what we're doing, right? Damn right, getting stacked. Stay safe and be well, everyone. I am out of here. Peace, people. Have a great week ahead.